Welcome back to Z Coins. Today, we're exploring a piece of American history, the 1985 D. Washington Quarter. Could this common coin in your pocket change actually be worth a fortune? Stay tuned as we uncover its history, value, and the shocking $5.9 million story behind it. Black and white images of George Washington, early coins, and the U.S. Mint. Before we talk about the 1985 D quarter specifically, let's take a quick look at the history of the Washington Quarter. Introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, this quarter replaced the Standing Liberty design. The obverse features a stunning portrait of Washington by sculptor John Flanagan, while the reverse showcases an eagle with outstretched wings. Close-up shots of various Washington quarters from different years. The Washington Quarter was struck in 90% silver until 1964. However, due to rising silver prices, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a copper-nickel-clad composition starting in 1965. The 1985 D quarter is part of this post-silver era, minted in Denver, Colorado, marked by the D Mint mark. High-quality images of the 1985 D quarter, highlighting the D Mint mark. In 1985, the Denver Mint produced an impressive 519,962,888 Washington quarters. Yes, you heard that right, over 500 million coins. On the surface, it's easy to think that such a high mintage means the 1985 D quarter is common and not valuable. But as we'll see later, certain factors can make specific coins worth a lot more. The obverse features Washington's familiar profile, while the reverse has the majestic eagle clutching a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness. It's simple yet timeless, a design that's been a staple of American coinage for decades. Examples of rare error coins and high-grade coins. Alright, now let's answer the big question. Why would a seemingly ordinary 1985 D quarter be worth more than 25 cents? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and errors. Comparison of worn coins versus pristine, uncirculated coins. Collectors highly value coins in near-perfect condition, known as mint state. The grading scale runs from 1 to 70, and a higher grade means a higher value. If you have a 1985 D quarter in mint state 67 or higher, it could fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Close-ups of coins with visible minting errors. Next, we have errors and varieties. Some 1985 D quarters may have misstrikes, double dies, or other minting errors. These quirks make them highly sought after. For example, a quarter with a clear doubling on the lettering or date could sell for hundreds of dollars. Auction footage and news headlines about high-value coins. And then, there are the incredibly rare instances where a coin gains immense value due to a combination of factors. Could the 1985 D quarter in your pocket be one of these hidden treasures? Let's find out. Dramatic montage of coin auctions and treasure hunters. You've probably heard rumors about a 1985 D quarter selling for $5.9 million. While this price sounds astronomical, such figures are typically linked to ultra-rare coins with extraordinary provenance or errors. Could this apply to the 1985 D quarter? It's possible, but extremely unlikely without a unique feature like a one-of-a-kind minting error or being part of a historic collection. Auction footage and expert interviews. However, don't lose hope. Even without hitting the multi-million-dollar jackpot, a high-grade or error coin from 1985 could still fetch a significant amount. Graphs and charts showing recent auction results. What is the current market value of the 1985 D Washington Quarter? In average circulated condition, it's worth face value, 25 cents. However, in uncirculated condition, these coins typically sell for $5 to $20. Coins graded mint state 67 or higher can bring in $500 or more. Era coins, depending on their uniqueness, can command prices well into the thousands. In 2022, a high-grade 1985D quarter sold at auction for over $1,000. While this is a far cry from $5.9 million, it's still an impressive return for a quarter that originally cost only 25 cents. If you think you have a valuable 1985D quarter, here are some tips to maximize its value. Examine the coin carefully. Use a magnifying glass to check for errors like doubling, misstrikes, or other anomalies. Look for coins with minimal wear. Coins with full luster and sharp details are most valuable. Send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can dramatically increase its marketability. Consider listing your coin on platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or other reputable auction sites. So there you have it. The 1985D Washington quarter may not always be worth $5.9 million, but it's still a fascinating piece of history with the potential for hidden value. Who knows? Your pocket change could hold a treasure waiting to be discovered. We're diving into the fascinating history, hidden treasures, and current market value of this iconic coin. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, this coin became a staple of American currency. The 1987p quarter, minted in Philadelphia, is part of this long tradition. But what makes this seemingly ordinary coin stand out? Let's talk about the 1987p quarter's key features. It's made of a copper-nickel clad composition, weighs 5.67 grams, and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. The P-Mint mark tells us it was produced in Philadelphia, and over 582 million were minted that year. So why is it special? The value of a 1987p Washington quarter skyrockets under certain conditions. Rare errors, like off-center strikes, double dies, or misalignment marks, can make these coins extremely valuable. Plus, a coin in perfect condition, graded MS67 or higher by experts, can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. But the real talk of the coin world? Reports of a unique specimen valued at $5.8 million. While such claims are rare and often linked to a one-of-a-kind error or historical significance, it's proof that coins can hold incredible surprises. Now, for the current market value. A circulated 1987p quarter is worth only 25 cents. But in uncirculated condition, it can be worth anywhere from $5 to $25. High-grade examples in MS67 can sell for over $1,000. So, always check the condition of your coins. To find out if your 1987p quarter is worth big money, look for, like double dies or off-center strikes, mint condition, no scratches, dings, or wear, professional grading. Get your coin graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. Could your 1987p Washington quarter be the next million-dollar treasure? Check your change, examine your collection, and don't underestimate the power of a single coin. If you find a rare error or a pristine coin, you could be sitting on a fortune. We're diving into the 2001 D1788 Washington quarter, a coin that has collectors buzzing and could potentially make you big money. That's right, some of these coins have sold for a jaw-dropping $5.7 million. Curious? Let's get started. Let's start with the basics. The 2001 D Washington quarter was minted in Denver as part of the 50-state quarters program. This particular design celebrates New York with the iconic image of the state outline, the Statue of Liberty, and the phrase "Gateway to Freedom." The coin's reverse honors New York's history as a key entry point for immigrants and its cultural significance. The obverse side, of course, features the familiar bust of George Washington. But what makes this quarter, minted in 2001, stand out from the rest? That's what we're about to uncover. Now you might be asking, what's the big deal with this quarter? Well, there are a few reasons why certain 2001D Washington quarters are worth more than face value, and why some are worth a lot more. Let's break it down. One of the biggest factors driving value is mint errors. Coins with significant errors, like double die strikes, off-center strikes, or planchet issues, can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These are like the unicorns of coin collecting, rare and highly sought after. Next, let's talk about condition. Coins graded by PCGS or NGC in perfect mint state, especially those with an MS68 or MS69 grade, are incredibly valuable. These grades mean the coin is nearly flawless, making it a collector's dream. And then, there are the coins with unique provenance or historical significance. Some coins have a story that adds to their allure and, of course, their market value. So what's the deal with that $5.7 million price tag? This staggering sale was tied to an extremely rare error coin with impeccable grading and provenance. These kinds of sales are outliers, but they highlight the incredible potential of coin collecting. Alright, let's talk about the current market value of the 2001D Washington quarter. Most coins in circulated condition are worth only face value, 25 cents. But if you have a coin in uncirculated condition, or with a rare error, you're looking at values ranging from $5 to over $500. And for those ultra-rare error coins or high-grade specimens, the sky's the limit. What to see if you have a hidden treasure in your pocket change or collection? Here's how to check your 2001D quarter. Look for visible errors like doubling, off-center strikes, or other abnormalities. Use a magnifying glass to examine the coin's condition. Minimal scratches and strong luster are good signs. If you think you have a valuable coin, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. And remember, even if your coin isn't worth millions, it's still a piece of history and a wonderful addition to any collection. Before we wrap up, here are some quick tips for all the coin collectors out there. Always handle coins by the edges to avoid damaging them. Store them in protective cases to maintain their condition. Keep an eye on auction sites and coin shows to learn more about the market. We're talking about a coin that has collectors buzzing worldwide. The 2002P Washington quarter with the 1812 dual date. This intriguing piece has been making headlines due to its incredible value, with rumors swirling that one was recently appraised for a jaw-dropping $5.60 million. But what's the story behind this coin? Is it really worth that much? And why are collectors willing to pay so much for it? Let's find out the history of the Washington quarter before we get into the 2002P coin. Let's talk about the Washington quarter's origins. Introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday, the quarter has been a staple in American currency ever since. Its design, featuring Washington's profile, has remained largely unchanged, with only a few significant variations for special series like the State Quarters program. Now, the 2002P Washington quarter was part of the State Quarters series, a wildly popular program that ran from 1999 to 2008. Each year, 5 quarters were released, each representing a U.S. state. The 2002P quarters included designs for Tennessee, Ohio, Louisiana, Indiana, and Mississippi. But wait, what does the date 1812 have to do with any of this? That's where things get interesting. Some coins from the 2002P minting batch mysteriously feature the additional date, 1812. This anomaly has led to speculation among numismatists and collectors alike. Here are the two leading theories. Some believe the 1812 marking is the result of an accidental die error at the Philadelphia Mint. Mint errors can make coins extremely valuable, especially if they're rare and well documented. Others argue that it might have been an experimental or commemorative strike to honor the bicentennial of the War of 1812. However, there's no official documentation from the U.S. Mint to support this theory, making this explanation less likely. Is this coin a legitimate error? Or is it something else entirely? Let's dive into why collectors are willing to spend big bucks on it. One of these 2000 and 2p quarters recently made waves when it reportedly sold for a staggering $5.6 million. However, it's essential to dig deeper into these claims. Most likely, this was a unique, high-grade specimen with perfect mint luster and incredible rarity due to the 1812 anomaly. Here's why it could command such a high price. Coins with errors or unusual features are inherently rare. Only a handful of these 2002p 1812 quarters are known to exist. Coins graded as MS-70 by professional services like PCGS or NGC are the cream of the crop. If this coin was in flawless condition, its value would skyrocket. The coin market thrives on hype and scarcity. When collectors and investors compete for rare pieces, prices can reach astronomical levels. How to determine the value of your coin? If you think you have a 2002p Washington quarter with the 1812 marking, here's what you need to do. Inspect your coin closely. Use a magnifying glass to check for the 1812 marking. It's usually small and may be near the coin's edge or in a hidden area. Coins in better condition fetch higher prices. Look for minimal scratches, wear, or discoloration. Get it graded. Send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can significantly increase its value. Reach out to coin dealers or numismatists for an expert opinion. They can help verify your coin's authenticity. Consider selling at auction. If your coin is authentic, consider listing it with a reputable auction house specializing in rare coins. While the $5.6 million figure might apply to an exceptionally rare and perfect specimen, the average value of a 2002p 1812 Washington quarter will vary based on its condition and rarity. Here's a quick breakdown. What does this mean for you? If you've got a 2002p Washington quarter, it's time to check your pockets, old coin jars, and collections. You never know. You might be sitting on a fortune. We're diving into one such coin, the 2016p Washington quarter dollar. You might be wondering, what's so special about this coin? Well, let's take a deep dive into its history, its unique features, and the astonishing market value it holds today, including a record-breaking sale of $5.5 million. First, let's set the stage. The 2016p Washington quarter dollar isn't just another regular coin from the U.S. Mint. It's a part of a special release marking the 225th anniversary of the first mint in the United States. This was no ordinary year for coin collectors. The year 1792 marked the establishment of the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, and the Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the first president of the United States, George Washington. The Washington quarter is beloved by coin collectors and historians for its detailed, iconic portrait of Washington, designed by artist John Flanagan. While the design of the Washington quarter has remained relatively consistent for decades, the 2016p quarter was groundbreaking. For the first time in history, a quarter was minted in Philadelphia with a P mint mark, the P standing for the Philadelphia Mint. This P mint mark had never been seen on a quarter before, and it became a significant moment in numismatic history. The 2016p Washington quarter was part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which honors national parks and historic sites across the U.S. That year, the coin featured Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota, with a stunning depiction of the park's scenic landscape on the reverse side. The reverse side features an image of the Roosevelt National Park, with bison standing amidst the rolling hills of North Dakota. It's a beautiful tribute to the natural beauty and wildlife of this preserved land. But the real twist in the story comes from the unique role this particular coin played in the coin collecting world. Here's where it gets really interesting. You might be wondering, why has this coin become so valuable? What's the big deal about the 2016 P. Washington quarter? Well, as it turns out, there was an incredibly rare mistake made during its production, one that would set the stage for this coin to reach astronomical values. Minting errors are rare, but when they occur, they can make a coin incredibly valuable. For the 2016 P quarter, a small batch of these coins was struck with a significant error, an error that's known as the missing mint mark error. Instead of the P mint mark, some of these coins were released without the mint mark altogether. Imagine that. The Philadelphia Mint forgot to mark some of the quarters with the P, and they slipped through the cracks. As these rare error coins began to circulate, coin collectors took notice. What was initially just a small, seemingly insignificant flaw soon became one of the most sought-after items in the world of coin collecting. By 2020, these rare missing mint mark 2016 P. Washington quarters were being auctioned off for thousands of dollars. But that wasn't the end of it. In 2021, one of these rare coins sold for a jaw-dropping $5.5 million at auction. Yes, you heard that correctly. $5.5 million for a single quarter. How did this happen? Well, it's all about rarity, condition, and demand. These coins are so rare that only a few are known to exist, making them incredibly valuable to collectors who are eager to own a piece of history. The condition of the coin is also crucial in determining its value. A coin that's in mint condition, meaning it has little to no wear or damage, commands the highest price. And even slight imperfections in the coin's surface can drastically reduce its value. In the case of the 2016 P. Washington quarter, only a handful of them remain in near-perfect condition, which is part of what makes the missing mint mark version so precious. The coin grading system is important here. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with a grade of 70 representing a perfect coin with no blemishes or marks. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. Some of the 2016 P quarters with missing mint marks have received the coveted MS-70 grade, which further boosts their value. While rare coins have always commanded high prices, the 2016 P. Washington quarter stands out not just because of its error, but because it marks such a unique moment in U.S. coinage history. With its mint mark error, it's not just a piece of currency, but a time capsule that speaks to both the craftsmanship and the occasional mistakes of the U.S. Mint. Now, let's talk about how you can spot one of these valuable coins. If you come across a 2016 P. Washington quarter in your change, there's a good chance it might be worth more than just 25 cents. But only the ones with the missing mint mark are the true treasures. To identify them, look carefully at the obverse, the head side of the coin, where the mint mark is supposed to be located. If there's no P visible, you've got a potential gold mine on your hands. While not every 2016 P. Washington quarter is worth millions, those with the missing mint mark are among the most valuable coins on the market today. The world of coin collecting is filled with rare treasures waiting to be discovered, and the 2016 P. quarter is a prime example of how a small mistake can turn into a massive fortune. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting to dip your toes into the world of numismatics, always keep an eye out for those small, rare coins that could change your life. Who knows, you might be holding the next $5.5 million coin in your hands. We're going to dive deep into one of the most fascinating coins in recent U.S. minting history, the 2017 D. Washington quarter dollar coin. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's just a quarter. How special could it be? Well, you'd be surprised. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this particular quarter is making waves in the world of numismatics. Some of these coins are worth more than you could ever imagine, up to $5.40 million. Let's get into it. Host sits at a desk with a 2017 D Washington quarter in front of them. So, let's start at the very beginning. The Washington quarter is one of the most iconic coins in the U.S. Mint's history, first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. This coin features Washington's profile on the obverse, that's the front side, and on the reverse, the back, the original design showed an eagle, which was later changed to a heraldic eagle in 1934. Host zooms in on the coin with a camera or shows a clear image on the screen. In 2017, the U.S. Mint released a very special set of quarters as part of their America the Beautiful series. These quarters, featuring national parks and historical sites from all over the country, were minted with new reverse designs. And that's where the 2017 D Washington quarter comes into the picture. You'll notice this coin has the familiar design of George Washington on the obverse, but on the reverse, the coin depicts a scene that is part of the series to honor national monuments, including the Frederick Douglass National Historic Site. Host holds up a clear image of the 2017 quarter to emphasize the features. Let's break it down. On the obverse, we have the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This is a design that has stood the test of time since 1932 and remains a symbol of American freedom and democracy. It's interesting to note that, while the Washington quarter has undergone various design changes over the years, the profile of Washington has remained consistent. But what makes the 2017 Washington quarter unique is its reverse. Host zooms in on a close-up of the reverse side of the coin. Here, you see the beautiful design of the Frederick Douglass National Historic Site, a tribute to the life and legacy of the famous abolitionist and social reformer. Douglass is known for his fierce advocacy for equality and freedom, and this coin commemorates his achievements in American history. Host switches to an image of a rare, pristine 2017 D quarter next to other coin denominations. Now, you might be asking, how much is a 2017 D Washington quarter worth? Let's break this down. The standard 2017 D Washington quarter is worth, well, just 25 cents. It's a regular circulating coin, so if you find it in your pocket change, you're not going to get rich. However, there's a fascinating twist when it comes to rarer specimens of this coin. Host gestures to an image of an uncirculated or special version of the coin. Some of these coins have been known to fetch incredibly high prices at auction. Certain uncirculated versions of the 2017 D Washington quarter, especially those with specific minting errors or in pristine condition, can be worth thousands of dollars. But that's not all. There have been reports of one 2017 D Washington quarter reaching a staggering $5.40 million at auction. Host begins to explain the factors that can increase a coin's value. So, what's behind this unbelievable value? First, let's talk about rarity and condition. The majority of coins you'll find are mass-produced for circulation, meaning they have little to no premium over face value. But some coins, especially those that are uncirculated or feature rare minting errors, can be worth a lot more. For example, if you find a 2017 D Washington quarter that has been preserved in mint condition, graded as MS67 or higher, its value could easily skyrocket. Host shows examples of a MS67 graded coin and other rare versions. Now, here's where things get really interesting: minting errors. These are the holy grails for coin collectors, as they happen randomly during the minting process. For example, if a coin was struck with a double die, or if there's a major design flaw, these coins could command huge prices on the market. In the case of the 2017 D Washington Quarter, one error coin with a misaligned die sold for a jaw-dropping $5.4 million. Host picks up a magnifying glass and begins inspecting a 2017 D quarter. Now, let's talk about how you can identify if you have a valuable 2017 D Washington quarter on your hands. Here are some key things to look for. Host holds up a coin to demonstrate the following points. If the coin looks practically brand new and has no visible scratches or blemishes, it could be a gem. Coin graders use a scale from 1 to 70, with anything above a 65 considered in near-perfect condition. Look out for double dies, where the coin appears to have two strikes of the same design. Other errors include off-center strikes, die cracks, and misaligned images. These kinds of mistakes are what collectors are always on the lookout for. Sometimes, a coin is struck slightly off-center or misaligned, which can make it look unusual and, in some cases, make it worth significantly more. Host shows a few reputable coin dealer websites and auction houses on the screen. If you think you have a valuable 2017 D Washington quarter, don't just sell it at a flea market or pawn shop. Go to reputable coin dealers or auction houses that specialize in numismatics. There are also online platforms like eBay or Heritage Auctions, where collectors and investors buy and sell rare coins. Just be sure to have your coin properly graded by a professional, as this can significantly affect its value. Host becomes more reflective, looking at the coins on the desk. One of the best things about coin collecting is that it's not just about finding rare pieces, like the 2017 D Washington quarter. It's about preserving a piece of history. Coins like this are reminders of the people, places, and moments that have shaped our country, and they often hold or increase in value over time. Deep dive into a topic that's going to blow your mind. Have you ever wondered if your pocket change could hold a small fortune? Well, the 2020 P Washington $quarter coin is an excellent example of a modern-day treasure that could be worth a staggering $5.3 million. Yes, you heard that right. In today's video, we're going to uncover the fascinating history of this coin, its role in the American economy, and most importantly, why some of these quarters could bring you big money. Make sure to stay tuned till the end because we're also going to dive into the current market value of the 2020 P Washington quarter and how you could potentially strike gold by finding one of these rare specimens. Let's get started. The history of the Washington quarter. In this segment, we give a brief but detailed history of the Washington quarter, including its origins, designs, and key milestones. The Washington quarter is one of the most iconic coins in American history. Introduced in 1932 to mark the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the coin was designed by John Flanagan, a renowned American sculptor. The initial design featured a left-facing bust of George Washington, which still remains in use today. Why did the U.S. Mint choose George Washington? Well, Washington, the first president of the United States, holds a special place in American history, symbolizing unity, leadership, and patriotism. The Washington quarter replaced the earlier standing Liberty quarter, and over time, it became synonymous with the American ideal. For decades, the coin remained largely unchanged, with only minor modifications to its reverse side over the years. However, a major shift came in 1999, when the U.S. Mint introduced the 50-state quarters program. This program, which ran until 2008, featured unique designs on the reverse for each of the 50 states, turning the humble quarter into a collector's item and driving a new wave of interest in coin collecting. Fast forward to 2020, and the Washington quarter had undergone several commemorative redesigns. But little did anyone know, the 2020 P Washington quarter would make waves in the numismatic world, thanks to its unique features and an incredibly rare variety that has sent collectors into a frenzy. The 2020 P Washington quarter, what makes it special? focus on the specifics of the 2020 Washington quarter, its design, and the important details that set it apart from regular quarters. 2020 was a year that no one could have predicted. Amid a global pandemic, the U.S. Mint released the 2020 Washington quarter to honor the life and legacy of George Washington. But here's the twist. This coin holds a special place in numismatic history, especially in the context of rarity and unique features. While the regular 2020 Washington quarters were struck in Philadelphia, the highlight of these coins lies in a rare variety that has been sending shockwaves through the world of coin collecting. Some of these 2020 quarters, which were part of the America the Beautiful series, have been discovered to possess major errors or unique minting flaws. These flaws are what are attracting collectors and driving the coin's value through the roof. One notable variety of the 2020 Washington quarter features an extremely rare double die error, where the design on the obverse, the side with George Washington's portrait, appears doubled. This error occurred during the minting process, and while errors like this are incredibly rare, they can increase the value of a coin exponentially. A typical 2020 Washington quarter, without any errors, would still be worth its face value of 25 cents. However, if you happen to find one with a double die error, you could be looking at a coin worth thousands of dollars, if not more. The 2020 Washington quarter dollar's record-breaking value. In this section, we delve deep into the specific story of a rare 2020 Washington quarter that recently sold for $5.3 million. Discuss the circumstances surrounding this record-breaking sale. Here's where things get really exciting. If you think all Washington quarters are just 25-cent coins, think again. In 2023, a rare 2020 Washington quarter was sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $5.3 million. That's right, a 2020 quarter, minted less than 5 years ago, fetched millions of dollars. What makes this coin so extraordinary, you ask? The coin in question wasn't just any 2020 Washington quarter. It was an example of the double die error that we mentioned earlier, but it was the severity and clarity of the error that made it so special. The doubling of Washington's features, especially his eye and ear, was clearly visible to the naked eye, making it a highly sought-after treasure for collectors. It was a coin that had slipped through the cracks of the U.S. Mint's inspection process and found its way into circulation. Collectors were quick to realize its rarity, and eventually, the coin made its way to a major coin auction, where it sold for an astronomical sum of $5.3 million. It's a story that has captured the attention of collectors, investors, and the general public alike. So, how did this happen? Well, rare coins like these often command sky-high prices because of their rarity, historical significance, and the extreme demand among collectors. This particular coin became even more valuable because of its provenance, meaning its documented history and journey from the mint to the auction block. Coins like this are often viewed as both investment opportunities and pieces of art. How to identify valuable 2020 Washington quarters. Provide tips and guidelines for viewers on how to spot valuable 2020 quarters that may have minting errors or other unique features that make them worth more than face value. Now that we've established how rare and valuable the 2020 Washington quarter can be, you might be wondering, how can I tell if my 2020 quarter is worth something? Well, let's break it down. First, the most obvious clue is whether your coin has any visible errors, such as the double die error. When examining a quarter, look closely at the design, especially the details of George Washington's face. If you notice any parts of the design that appear doubled, like his eye or ear, that could be a key indicator of a valuable error coin. Another thing to look out for is the condition of the coin. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition, meaning they have no scratches, dings, or wear, are far more valuable than those that have been in circulation for a long time. These pristine coins are often referred to as mint state or MS coins. Also, Keep an eye out for rare variations in the edge, color, or even the overall finish of the coin. For example, some 2020p quarters were struck with a unique satin finish or exhibit toning, which could make them more desirable to collectors. Lastly, remember that the value of coins is also influenced by the rarity of the error, the demand for the coin, and the market conditions at the time. So, even if you don't have a 2020p Washington quarter with a visible error, it's always a good idea to keep an eye on trends in the coin collecting community. Many rare coins increase in value over time as collectors start to take notice. And with an engaging discussion about the future of the 2020p Washington quarter and what other coins might be worth keeping an eye on. So, what does the future hold for the 2020p Washington quarter? With its rare error varieties and growing interest among collectors, we can expect this coin to continue rising in value over time. If you're lucky enough to find one in your change, or if you already have one in your collection, it could be a great investment. But don't stop at the 2020p Washington quarter. The world of coin collecting is full of opportunities. Other coins, such as the 1932D and 1932S Washington quarters, or the 1955 double die Lincoln cent, have also commanded high prices at auction. If you're serious about collecting, it's a good idea to research rare coins and learn how to spot errors, as well as stay updated on market trends. Summarize the main points, thank the audience, and encourage them to subscribe or engage in the comments. And there you have it. The 2020p Washington quarter dollar coin, a piece of history with a value that could make you millions. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual enthusiast, remember that in the world of coin collecting, every coin has a story. And sometimes, those stories have a price tag you wouldn't believe. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more coin collecting tips, stories, and market updates. Also, let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're planning to start your own coin collection. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!